Rob, what's up? I'm over here running my mouth. I was like, damn it, it's time. Rob, welcome, welcome. Thank you. C9. What's up? What's it? How are you? We made it. We here. We're alive. We breathing. We not coughing. Well, coughing a little bit. Jilly, how are you? How are you? How are you? Drea, welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm trying to get there. Got Rezine, hello. Try it. There we go. Sasha. Yeah, so you're at 9:35. Rob is first at like 9:07. So you good. Thank you, Beard. So Rob can go ahead and yeah, you don't have top badge privileges on this side. Yeah, wait till I see Finesse, because I sure didn't know he had a badge. I be talking to shit to him all the time. What's up, Robert? Bob from Bellflower. How are you? Out of all y'all, I met him first. Lugs, hello. Miss Sharman, hello, hello. Hey, thank you, Lugs. How are you? It's like this and like that. Hey. Rob, go ahead and request the box. You're on in 2 minutes. Thanks for the 100. So, everybody, thank you for joining me this evening. This is Changing Hearts with Sid. We have been out with COVID for 2 weeks. I didn't know it was COVID at the beginning, but we here. I think we're on the other side, but I felt like this already. I had a whole relapse. So fingers crossed, prayers up, all that. That's the end of it. But we'll get started here in about 2 minutes. We have two wonderful guests this evening. I have my boy Rob AB. Yep, it was COVID. I tested positive on Monday. Remember, I kept saying I felt like it was COVID. I had all the symptoms. But I kept getting negative tests. I had 4 negative tests. Now, I tell people I need my individual high. They know it. Andrea, yes, I see you, AB. AB, there's some new folks in here I don't think you met. Pay attention. Just an FYI. And all you new people, watch out for AB. You be on the prowl. He's harmless, though. He's harmless, but he be on the prowl. So we have Rob, and we have Top Batch is Jilly, baby. I'm so excited. Can't wait to chop it up with you guys. Not the muscular teddy bear. Hey, thank you for the snowball. If you're new to this stream, please make sure you hit that star by my name. Please make sure you fave my top 3 gifters. And please make sure you fave my guest. We're going to welcome Rob. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? How's my music, y'all? Hi, Rob.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, shoot. You know what? I do this every week. My volume is never on. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Hi, Rob.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
How are you?
Tired.
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm so thank you for checking on me this whole time too. I appreciate it.
Like you got, you know what I'm saying? You have to be worried. I'm old. You can't be worrying old people.
Listen, I'm way older than you. Let's start there. Creative, hello.
What about
But,
waiting?
yeah, I'm here now. We back. We back. We back. We here for season 2 of Changing Hearts with Sid. We made it, y'all. Ooh. Let's go. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming back every week to see me Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Please make sure you fave my guests. We have Rob Wise here. And then I'm going to turn my comments off. Rob, I suggest you do the same, but you're a professional, so you do what you want. But if I don't acknowledge your gifts, please know that I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I do turn my comments on from time to time to check those goals, but I try my best not to react. So I see you, I love you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So Rob, you ready?
Yeah, as ready as I'm ever going to be.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, so question first. First question. Question I ask everybody.
I think I know the question.
You should know the question because it's always the same question. Right? Are you looking for love? Have you lost it or have you found it?
Okay, I'm not really looking for anything.
Okay.
Say, I'm open to it, but I ain't looking for it. You know what I'm saying? I've been looking for it for a while, so I'm trying to switch it up nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now is there something that caused you to stop looking for it, or have you never quite looking for it?
Nah, I've always wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Love, like whatever, and I have found it or thought I found it a few times, but stuff doesn't go the way you always planned it to go. So, I've learned that if you keep doing the same thing, expecting the same, a different result is insanity. So I kind of like try to switch up my game plan when it comes to that.
Okay. Well, we want to know how you got to this point. So I'm gonna ask you this: do you remember your very first date ever?
First date.
Yeah. Like, so some people's first date was freshman year of college. Some people was like 6th grade. I think somebody told me 3rd grade. I was like, 3rd grade? What you doing?
Yeah, I remember. Well, it's not a long drawn out story if you wonder what the date because I promise you it's not. I was I promise.
Well, how old were you? We want the deets.
I want to say it was high school.
Okay.
This is crazy. It was high school. It had to be either my sophomore year.
Sophomore year?
Yeah, it had to be sophomore year. Sophomore or junior. I don't know why. I was shy.
Okay.
But like people never thought I was shy.
Okay. So you're like an extroverted introvert?
I mean, yeah, I am now. Back then, I was just a person. I was just shy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But I was into stuff like sports and stuff. And everybody knew who I was. You know how when you're shy, but everybody know you, so kind of like it's be easy for you, but it's not. So that's
I have no idea how to talk to people, but everybody knows me. I fake it till I make it.
Right. The first date though was just to a movie theater.
Okay.
Christina.
Did you ask her or she asked you?
It was like a group type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Me and my other teammates, we were dating friends in a group. Like they were all friends together. So like we kind of was like, let's go to the movies type thing. And, it was awkward as heck. It was super awkward.
I know. How did you get? You said Tina. How did you get her to sit next to you?
Tina.
What did you say?
Her name ain't Tina. I gotta tell you her name.
I thought you said her name. I thought you said Tina. I thought you said it was Tina.
Let me see if I can remember. No. Honestly, Ruth. Her name was Ruth.
Oh, yes. My bad.
Yeah, I almost forgot her name.
Oh, biblical.
She was cool. She was good. She was cool though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get my heart broken at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? It was like young, whatever to me. Her name was Ruth, but it was like awkward. Like I said, we went to the movie theater. We watched the movie. You know what I mean? I didn't try any moves or anything like that. And until towards the end, where everybody, parents or whatever, was coming to get them at that time. And I didn't have a car in high school, so I think I was waiting for my friend, or it had to be a friend that was getting me. So it was like one of those things where it's like, you can kind of tell she wants you to do something, but again, I was that shy person, so I was like not doing it. I was doing everything except doing it.
She was doing this number.
Not even that. It was just like a conversation that kind of was like this. It was just like, well, dang, I think, do she want me to do something? It's like her person was out there to pick her up, and so it was more so one of those, all right, I gotta go type of things, and then we kissed. But it was like an awkward kiss. It was like a kiss, like it was real like quick peck on the cheek. It wasn't the kiss that I've grown to learn to know how to do nowadays in my older stages. So
okay. Now, did you go out with her more than once?
It was complicated in high school. You know what I mean? Like, we both did sports. We didn't really go out.
Okay.
Like I did a lot of going to see her games, but we didn't go out a lot. Like again, it was an awkward stage, I guess, for me. Like it's one of those things where you really like the person and then you just didn't know what to do with with the situation. Yeah, that's just how I was at that particular moment.
Right. Now, how'd you get out of your shyness?
I grew up. Yeah, I mean, I just got older and more confident. A lot of people thought I was. Yeah, a lot of people just thought I always was this confident person because I was always into something. But not for real. Like it just kind of like I got used to doing so many of the wrong things. I learned how to do the right things and get confident. You know what I'm saying? So and that's just kind of how it went.
Did you have like a transitional relationship where you're like didn't know what I was doing, and then after that, where you're like, okay, moving forward, I got this?
I would say maybe, kind of, sort of, no, but yes, but no. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because like maybe like at that point where I lost my virginity. I don't know. Can we talk about that? I'm sorry, it's featured.
So yes and no. No.
Okay, details. So when I lost, when I got to that portion of life or whatever, I think that at that point I just knew. I was like, oh, all right.
You got it now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: have you ever been on any blind dates?
No.
No blind dates. Are you opposed to blind dates?
It's not one of those things that I would, if it was a 3-choice question and I wouldn't choose that as I wouldn't choose that. Would be the first or second, but I mean, if I had to, maybe, but like I don't prefer. I got anxiety and stuff, stuff like that.
Yeah, I get it.
I
get it.
Yeah.
I got anxiety too, and I tell people all the time, hook me up because I don't even know how to get to the place where they're supposed to ask you to go do X, Y, and Z. I'll go.
Yeah.
But I know how to get out of it real quick.
You do? Well, I mean, nowadays, I would too, but I just don't want to put myself in that predicament ever. If it's something I know I don't want to do, it's like one of those things. If I know I want to do something, I ain't gonna probably do it ahead of time. I don't even put myself. Yeah.
I got you. Now, how you feel about I guess app dating? Like, so we're here on this app. This one is a dating app. No. Are you dating off the app? Are you swiping left and right? Are you going through profiles? What you doing?
Oh, well, shoot. From on the other side, I was swiping to get my faves up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't trying to do it for anything else but to get my faves up. But no, I'm not really swiping or anything like that. But dating, no. Like, but what is dating nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Like talking to the people.
Well, what is it to you?
Oh, good question.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
I can get in there when I want to. Okay. I can get in there when I want to. What is it to you?
Dating has changed in terms of like what it is for me. Like, at first I thought it was like you solely are talking to this one person because that you're thinking that after that point you're gonna be together. Like that's in your mind. But I learned that that's a form of putting all your eggs in one basket, and you're not really actually taking your time to really focus on the not too obvious. Like you're not putting stress on yourself. I think you put stress on yourself with titles. Like you don't even know if you're supposed to be a person's friend or not. And people be so quick to label person as a friend or this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I think dating to me nowadays is I guess kind of going, and people gonna say I'm crazy, but it's like flowing. You kind of go flow, but you kind of have a mindset. You don't get to that point. Like for me, it's like I don't open up to everybody. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's not something I do. But if I do get to that point, it has to be something that's interesting about a person that made me want to even get to that opening up stage because I've opened up so much in the past. It was like wasted energy. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I don't want to waste energy again.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, it doesn't necessarily have to be one particular thing. You could be having a conversation like we are having right now, and people consider that as dating.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. So no, for real. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, I have to tell myself.
I got a couple of DMs. That's your boot. No, man. We did one versus. What you talking about?
Yeah. I tell people all the time, but see, even in that portion, like I still wouldn't open up as much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really not a problem to have a conversation with people. And for so long, like I wasn't really doing that as much as I know I could because the whole waste of energy thing. So that's what it is to me. Like, be open to have conversations with a person that's interesting or maybe multiple people that may be interesting to you.
I was just about to ask you that. So do you keep a roster or do you?
No, I don't. Oh man, is this the toxicity we talk about here? Golly. What's a roster? What's that?
What you mean? What's a roster? Like, do you have, okay, I'm calling this one on Friday, I'm calling this one on Saturday, or I'm calling this one this weekend, and this week I'm
that's
be dedicated to
that's
this
a lot
person.
of work. I mean, like again, like say, it may start off as a friendly friendship conversation. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never know what something's supposed to turn into. Obviously, you have things, certain things that interest you about a person. So it's not, I don't talk to a lot of people off of here. You know what I'm saying? So like, no, it's not a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It don't have to be on here. I just mean in general. Like, do you have?
No, I don't have no roster.
You know, before technology, it was the little black book. You know, all your numbers in alphabetical order. Who you calling? Who you not calling?
Then you had the beepers. You know what I'm saying? The little see-through beepers. And
yeah.
No, I don't have that. If I did, my phone would be blown up right now. Obviously.
I mean, that's what do not disturb us for. So y'all can contact me during my show.
No, do not disturb. I don't even know how to use that button.
Listen, if you guys are just joining me, welcome to Changing Hearts with Sid. We are featured every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate you so much for coming in today. I have my comments on, so I can't see you, but I know you're here. I appreciate all of the gifts. Please make sure you fave my guest, Rob Wise, fave my top 3 gifters of the street, and I appreciate you guys so much. So, Rob, let me ask you this, okay? So you said you don't have a roster.
No.
Kind of just talk. Are there women who think they're dating you?
I would hope not. I mean,
it happens. That's why I have to ask, because it happens.
No, I mean,
whole mental relationship. I got a cousin and a bestie who, oh my God, and I'm like, I was there though. I was sitting at the same table as you, or was on a 3-way date. No, but they'll count that as a date because that's the guy they like.
I mean, I would hope not. Like for me, like I like to put things out from the jump. Like I'm not leading anybody on. Like even with those conversations with a person, I always tell a person how I am. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you know how I am in terms of when it comes to the romantic side of things or whatever.
When you say nowadays, what you mean?
I say nowadays because, like I said, we went through that phase of before that. That's what dating was for me, and now, that's what I mean.
Okay.
I say nowadays. Okay. See, trying to switch my little words up right now. I see what you're trying to do right now. Okay. But like, you know, I think it's nothing wrong with upfront being honest with people upfront, you know, because you never know what their intentions is and what they want to do with that conversation. So it's like, look, I'm not saying that it can't get to some point, but I'm not pressing the issue. I think, you know, flowing nicely and that naturally, organically is the best way to have that connection with a person. So, I have that conversation ahead of time. Like, I mean, you know, I would hope that people would understand what that is.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, Rob is dating. We're a thing.
Well, you would hope.
I would hope not. People are not having that conversation. You know, if I didn't say that, that's what we.
Have you dated anyone that you would consider toxic or crazy? And not crazy like in mental health crazy. I mean crazy as in the generic sense of the she was overthinking over this or whatever it is you're deciding is crazy.
Have I ever dated someone that was crazy?
Some people use the word toxic instead. Just depends on what you're comfortable with.
You know,
those fatal attractive, you know, that chick knocking on your window, calling your phone 83 times in an hour.
No. I mean, no. Thank God I had no one to bust the windows out my car.
Okay.
I'm a good boyfriend.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, no one would want to do that to me anyway. But you know, I'm an amazing boyfriend actually. But hello, single. But
I was just about to ask. So, Mr. Amazing, why are you single?
At this point, maybe it's by choice. Because like, you know, people would say, you know, I can't say nobody is interested or maybe nobody likes me or whatever. I say it all the time, no one's daughter want me, right? But it's like, it's not about people wanting you. You know what I'm saying? You not everybody who wants you means you got to want them back. One.
Exactly.
For two, if for two, you got to understand the priorities is in your life. You know what I'm saying? At the time. So like, you know, and that doesn't mean I'm also entertaining everybody either. It's just, it's life. People like people may be interested in people. You know what I'm saying? And you may or may not know that. I don't know. I go with the flow of life at this point.
Okay.
At this point, you know what I'm saying? And I know you're gonna twist my words with one of the.
I'm not. I got a whole new question for you.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe it is by choice at this point. The more and more someone asks me that question, I think about it. You know, I jokingly say, "No one daughters want me. No one daughter want me," all the time. But it's probably is a choice, honestly.
Okay. So. Okay. And do you have a list of non-negotiables?
Girl,
I gave you that question. You should be ready to. Boop, 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 boop.
Can we use that in a sentence? Can we use that in a?
I do not date women who blank, blank, and blank. And you can give me as many as you want. Or I started dating her and she did this, and it's over.
I mean, everybody's human. I've dated a girl that smoked before, and I don't really care for cigarettes, but it's like we had a vibe. So it's like, all right, cool, I dated her. Like, it really is, and I don't like mayo. If you like mayo, I still would, rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really picky when it comes to people. Like, of course, I can't think of it. Even when it comes down to kids, even though I've never dated anyone who had kids before. Mm-hmm. Let me think. Hold on. Let me think. Yeah, I've never dated someone who had a child before. Okay. But I'm dope. I don't know why kids like me, what they do. So like, it kind of like, even if you did, I feel like I'd be dope in that situation. It's just, I don't know. Non-negotiables. I mean, the person that's not loyal. I mean, that shows not, doesn't have a loyal type of energy with them. I really can't ride with that. Like, if I can't trust you,
fine, loyal.
Loyalty, you know what I'm saying? People that's not gonna lie to you over little stuff, you know what I'm saying? Okay. It's gonna cause an argument. And like, nah, let's have a discussion. You know what I mean? Don't.
Because some people's definition of loyal is committing crimes with people. I'm not a criminal. So
I'm not a criminal.
I won't claim to be loyal 100%. I'm not robbing
No, like, loyalty is like is big. Like, if people overlook, that little thing, the loyalty feature. And a lot of people claim to be loyal and they're not really. You know what I'm saying? It's very important in anything. For real. So like, if you show signs of not being loyal, then
I need examples because everybody's definition is different.
What is the example of it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Say we rock it with each other every day. We have a heart-to-heart conversation, and I'm sharing maybe some things with you, right? Mm-hmm. I don't share with others. And we're giving each other advice at that point in time, and you're sympathizing or whatever, or empathizing at the time. Mm-hmm. And then behind my back, it's a joke. We're talking about it, with somebody else within a, you know what I'm saying, it's joking back to me. That's not really being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather a person do that in front of my face if that's how you feel, but don't act as if that, it was a honest situation where you felt a certain way and then it's something else with somewhere else. Mm-hmm. To me, I mean, maybe that's not the best example of loyalty, but
no, I like it.
That is one for sure, because people don't show you their true colors sometimes. So that's a form of them showing you their true colors. People that don't have your best interests, and a lot of people, we have a lot of them, and we still have them to this day around us now. The people that doesn't have our best interests, but they claim to, and they try to act as if they do. So it's very important, especially with that, right?
So, do you have a partner, one that you would say, one that got away? Like, if they picked up the phone today and said, "Hey, Rob," you'd be like, "Okay, let's try this."
Like, we were together. That was my girl. Like, that was my girl before I wanted. If she ever called back,
or I mean, it could be your girl, or it could be somebody you never asked out that you should have asked out.
I try to forget those type of situations. For real, like, golly, I got songs and stuff, and I let it go out on the songs and stuff. But like, I be forgetting about those situations sometimes. Let me think. Was it somebody I felt like? I'm good with the ex situations. I tried to make things work. I was always the one that tried to make it work. Okay. They wasn't. But I've never dated someone that was super older than me or older than me. Maybe once, the one that smoked, she was older than me, but everybody else was kind of younger. You know, so I had a more older, I guess, a more mature mindset than those people. But anyone I never probably dated, maybe one. Yeah, maybe there was one. You want me to tell you about it? That's what you want. You want to know about it? Oh God. But this time I knew I was still hurting too over my ex, man, for real, because I feel like we did go on a date. Okay. That was a date. For real. It was a date. But it's like I found this person that was like really dope out of nowhere. I used it's crazy because I don't like people like that, so I was using electronic stuff. Like, so I was on OkCupid.
I remember that one. Yeah.
OkCupid got quality people. I'm just letting y'all know, quality. You feel me? Well, back then they don't be doing OkCupid nowadays.
It's the same folks on here.
Yeah. OkCupid. You look, they ask all these, they designed it, they ask you all these questions, they got a predetermined, like it's dope. Mm-hmm. So but anyway, she was
shout out to POF though, but go off.
Yeah, I don't really I never use it.
Just put it out there. Go off.
But anyway, I bet this is, I don't know, she had like everything all together. I think she was like she said it was not a teacher, but she worked in the college that dealt with dorms, like the putting the kids in the dorms and stuff like that. She was head of that or something. She was fire. When I say she was fire, she looked good. She had that together. Her mindset was cool. Conversation though, kind of like it was good until it was really good. And I could tell at that point when I was stuck a little bit that I kind of liked her because I'm never stuck. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be stuck? You feel me? I'm natural going through it. But I was stuck a little bit. And the date after I got drunk, I got real drunk the night before. And I don't know why I got drunk, but I just wasn't myself. I wasn't good, like in conversation, anything. Like the car ride was quiet. Mm-hmm. I barely was talking well at the restaurant and stuff. I don't know. And so like afterwards, I don't think we never even got together again. Like we never met together again. It was like one of those things where it's like, I probably never really rock with this person again after this without saying it. And I kind of like messed me up a little bit because I'm a little cancer. And you know what I'm saying? I liked her and I didn't say anything. So I did, but it's like, when you agree upon an actual, like, all right, let's just flow and have conversation type of thing, that's cool. We get to that point to show you like how really, really super duper dope I am. You feel me? And I knew I had an off day, but I also knew that I also was hurting still eventually from that. Cause like, why would that really, really, really mess me up? So yeah.
So I heard you say you was hung up on somebody.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Make sure y'all go look up Rob Wise. I got an album called I Don't Know Yet. If y'all want to know the whole story, whole bunch of songs. Whole bunch of songs basically based off of her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Definitely it had to go out though. You know what I'm saying? It was six song EP. Yeah, go ahead, check that out. Shameless plug. But I did. Really messed up. You
messed up or she messed up?
No, I was messed up. I know. I'm
asking who messed it up.
Why you assume that I did something?
I just asked. I said, who did it?
Nah, I honestly, the first thing I did was blame myself because I don't know why would a person not want to, you know what I'm saying, be with me? You know what I'm saying? If I know I did everything I was supposed to, like nothing's perfect. Like you may have arguments here and there, but it wasn't enough to be like, okay, well I don't want to be with this person, but I'm not inside her mind, so. No, I can't say that there's something I messed up about or even she did, but there's a lot of things behind closed doors that I probably may never know that kind of like moved her towards being able to get to that point to do what she had to do, which is, break it off or whatever.
So she broke it off?
Yeah, she kind of did it her way. So did it her way. Yeah, we moved
Did you see it coming?
No. Heck no. We just moved to we was living in Jersey. I'm from Jersey, by the way. We was living in Jersey together. All right. Now the picture this, just kind of think of this. I had just got over like a really bad breakup prior to her, right? This was 2016. 2015.
How much time did you wait in between?
I usually wait a while. And I kind of did, but that connection with the person was like kind of crazy. And so like I was entertaining that connection. But that person knew how I felt about, you know, what I was doing with that. And so like it had been a year since that time frame. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Since I was her previous to her. And she actually, the crazy way I met her is because she brought her friend to try to hook me up with her friend. And at the studio, yeah. And I wasn't trying to hear none of that. I was in the corner, minding my business because that's how I am. I just kind of be chilling. And it just turned into us actually vibing for some reason. And we kind of went from there. And so like I was hesitant in doing that because I know how hurt I was before. So it was like I wanted to take my time to do anything else I wanted to do the next, you know, after that anyway. And it got to the point where she said I loved you first, stuff and everything. Like seriously, like it usually is like it happens towards the same time with me, but like I was so super stuck on being like, let me just take my time. I like you, but it's like it is what it is. Just trying to take the route of really like taking my time, honestly. She said it, I didn't say it back. At the restaurant, but I knew I felt that way, and that's how I knew. I was like, dang, I think I do like the shorty, and I didn't tell her that I loved her back. So that was the whole thing or whatever. But we got through all of that, and we were together, and then we individually lived together, and then we moved from Jersey to Maryland. And as soon as we moved to Maryland, like things kind of changed. Yeah, I know. We just moved to Maryland. That's all we did. Moved to Maryland from Jersey to Maryland, and I would say like 4 or 5. Was it 4 when we moved to Maryland, baby? Was it March or April? May, June, July, August, September. But like 5 months in, I was moving into my old spot, you know what I'm saying, without her. That wasn't the plan. And so when she suggested that that lived in separate parts, we were still together at that time. So we could kind of grow separately because she felt like she never had her own by herself for a while. She always had to live with somebody or somebody else was around her. She wanted that. I don't know. It sounded stupid. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I didn't agree with it, but you know, I did it and I wasn't happy about it because that's not why we came out here. You know what I'm saying? So slowly after that, that's when it broke off. We broke up. I say we broke up. She broke up, or whatever the case may be. And it's crazy because the dude. This would be a long story, but like you know, the dude. You be careful who's around you.
Hear all the story.
Huh?
I said we're gonna go listen to the album to hear the, you know, all the
story. Go listen to the album, you know what I'm saying? I was going super deep detail, but I was hurt, man. I was super hurt. You know what I'm saying? I went home. For real. Yeah, everybody's on all platforms. Yes.
So look, last question. Do you have advice that you would give your younger self today? Or did your younger self do everything your younger self was supposed to do?
He did, but I'll tell him, young man, you are that N-word, okay? Just know that. I didn't say it, okay? We're featured, but you are that dude, you know what I'm saying? Hold your chin up, be confident, and know that, because you know that, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, you let things carry you, and you let it carry you because they have more control over who you know you are than yourself. So it's like, just know that you that dude, you feel me? And move forward with it that way.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, thank you so much for joining me today. We back, y'all. We back. We had to take 2 weeks off because of COVID, but we back. I still got a little cough. Still testing positive. We'll take another test tomorrow and see what that say. But we back every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Rob, do me a favor though and X yourself out because I'm a whole amateur when it comes to switching and swapping.
All right. See y'all later. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Make sure y'all fave Rob Wise. Make sure y'all fave my top 3 gifters of the stream. Thank y'all for joining me this evening. Our next guest is Top Badge. It's Jilly, baby. Oh, I'm so excited to talk to her. Here we go.
Oh God, this is like stressful. This was like stressful. You're giving me the question.
I gave you the questions. Oh, now I can't hear you. Can y'all hear Jilly? Nope. She pretty, y'all, though. Make sure y'all fade Jilly when she get back. Hey. So if you're just joining me for the first time, please make sure y'all hit that star by my name. This is Changing Hearts with Sid. We are featured every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We had to take 2 weeks off because of COVID, but we back and it's lit. Ooh.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Julie.
Hi. I was like,
so excited to have you. Oh,
I was like, this is stressful. I was reading the questions. I was like, man, I really have to try to remember some of this stuff. I feel like,
first of all, I'm fangirling like. I just want you. I'm fangirling. Oh my gosh, Julie.
it's so funny.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much.
So congratulations on your show. I'm like, but I've loved you from the start, and to see you come and have your own show, I absolutely was just like, oh, I was like, yeah, whenever she needs me on her show, I can't wait to come on her show. Then I saw the questions and I was like, damn, why is that? But it's fine. It's fine.
So you guys, if you're just joining me right now, we have Top Batch is Jilly. This is a feature show every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Changing Hearts with Sid. I'm Sid. We've been gone for 2 weeks, but we back, y'all. So make sure y'all fave my top 3 gifters in the street. Please make sure y'all fave the lovely It's Jilly Baby and fave my other guest, Rob Wise. Thank you so much. So Jilly, first question I ask everybody.
Yes, drinks.
Are you looking for love? Have you lost it or have you found it?
I'm looking for love.
Okay.
All of that. I've lost love at a time. I've found it before. Love is I've experienced all of it, all facets of love. I think I'm always looking for love. Yes.
So do you remember your very first date ever?
My very first, I was really trying to think about that, like my very first date. So the first thing that I could think back to where I would consider it, I guess, like a date.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in Hawaii and in Guam.
Oh.
And so when I moved to Guam when I was like in 5th grade.
Okay.
So when I moved to go live with my mom and my stepfather, they put me in a private school, right? So this is the first private school, you have to wear uniforms. This is a private private Baptist school.
Oh wow.
So it was super strict. So when I strict in terms of what you could wear, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, girls with their skirts, you have to, they do skirt checks. So if you
no more than 3 inches,
if you kneel, your skirt needed to be
straps across the shoulder.
touching. Yeah, your skirt needed to touch the ground when you were kneeling. So first thing I can remember was his name was Keith.
Oh,
we were 5th grade, 5th, 6th grade. In my mind, I guess we were dating, right? Whatever, like you would call that at that time. And we were going to go to when we went to the spring, that's what they call it, a spring fling.
Okay.
And he had asked me to go with him, we met there. It wasn't anywhere. It was at a hotel. Like they had a little hotel room. But here's the funny thing was, remember I told you this is a private Baptist school.
Right.
So every girl had to get their dress approved.
Right. You had to bring it in.
So we had to bring your dress in
Wednesday before,
and you had to show it to whoever was assigned to approve your dress. And then it had to be the dress that you showed up in.
Yeah. You
couldn't just pop up and then, be in something else or you would get sent home. But that was our first date, my parents dropped us off there. We met there and the dance had dinner and food and stuff. So we did that. And yeah, I'm trying to remember if there's so that was our first date to me. And I think we became official after that. Yeah. It was one of those where you just see each other at school. Type of thing. Well, yeah, I guess that would be considered one of my first date.
So cute. Now, have you ever been on a blind date?
Blind date, yes. I have been on a few blind dates.
A few?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same person that usually hooks you up, or
was it the same? I had a friend. I have a couple of friends who have set me up on blind dates before.
Are they good at it?
No. No.
Okay, so what?
No. So I think the last friend that I can remember that set me up on a blind date, which is not much is really blind now, other than you just don't get to talk in your time, but just go meet this person. It's just kind of sometimes don't listen. If you're going to trust a friend to set you up with on a blind date, it's got to be a good friend, because that kind of stuff can ruin friendships or put you in a space because you end up with you be like, is this what you
exactly.
All the time, this is what you think of is this a message? Right. It's me. I'm the problem, because clearly my community, whatever I'm emoting is creating something that is not I don't know why you thought, that this would be a good kind of match.
Exactly.
I've ended up way more so with friends, but they've never been horrible. It's just been one of those they call you right after, how was it? And you're like, I mean, he's nice, but what,
Right.
he's got like 3 baby mamas. Like, what?
Why me?
Right.
You know me? You don't know me.
Exactly.
Oh man. So tell me about your worst blind date.
Oh, worst. Well, I don't know that it was worst. I just say like a bad date, right? And so, but it was off a dating app. Because I had just, this is one of them. I had just moved to, or actually I just decided to stay in New York. So this was like 2017. I just decided to 2016, 17 to stay in New York. And New York's a big city. I have my friends, but from a dating perspective, I was staying all the way out in the Bronx with a friend before I moved. So, I didn't have a car, getting around to do stuff. It was just easier to meet on a dating app, right? Because then I can just, maximize and kind of meet people. So talking online like you do, and you're like, all right, cool. I'm very much I don't want to spend too much time talking online or like messaging, right? Because let's just schedule time to meet, because I don't like building up this whole anticipation, because you can be whatever you want
online, and in person a whole different person.
And even just the vibe, right? You're like, gosh, you can communicate. Some people are more comfortable there, and then you meet in person and you're just like, man, that vibe just didn't translate over to in person. It just wasn't the same, or it's just too awkward, right? Because that's a whole other process, right? Meeting in person is very different feeling. So anyway, we're talking, and he was like, sure, let's meet up in the city. Let's go grab a bite to eat. Maybe grab a drink and just, meet and just kind of have some dinner. So, I got cute, right? It was cold. It was like, I don't know, like it wasn't dead of winter, but it was like fall, maybe, right? Fall into winter, so it was chilly, right? But I still got cute, right? I put my jeans, my sweater on. I had some boots, like a heel boot and my jacket, and I was ready to go. And I remember one showed up, and I don't know why men tend to lie about this on their profiles, but like the thing that you can't change, right? You lie about your height.
Hey, I knew you were gonna say that.
How, Sway? Like, you can't change that unless you put in a bunch of lifts on. Like, you're lying about your height. I'm gonna be able to tell, right? So I remember this particular person who was like, I'm like 6'2". I was like, oh, great, cool. I'm only 5'5", 5'5.5". But I put a heel on. I'm cool, my little boot, I'm a little 5'7", So I remember I get off the train and I'm like, okay, where are you at? Standing for this store, and I'm looking, and I just don't see anybody that fits the description that we talked about.
Anybody that's 6'2",
ma'am. With my heel on, he was still slightly shorter than me. And so I was like, okay, all right. Sometimes I feel like, but if I was like a real B, I would have been like, I was just like, I'm already out here just.
Well, I always feel bad that I didn't wear flats because you lied about your height. I would have put flats on.
But even then, you cannot be 6'2" and we're eye to eye. Impossible. So what were you going to say when I got here? And I don't want to like to feel superficial, but you know what I mean? It's like, that's what you said.
That's what you said.
So strike one already, right? Hey, I'm right here, this. All right. So I'm cute. Okay. He's there in some jeans, like a white tee, to shoot, just really plain. And he has a plastic bag in his hand. It's like a plastic grocery bag thing in his hand. And so I was like, all right, I'm trying to just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Because we had good, we like the same things. A lot of stuff, rolling with it. All right, let's go. All right, so, where we're going to eat, there's some couple places around there. And I was like, oh, we're going to go here. And he was like, no, I thought we could just go to the park.
What? So
this is nighttime. Okay. This is nighttime. So I was like, all right, we're going to go to the park. I got heels on, but let's go. You know what? Maybe, if y'all know me, everybody always tells me you're too nice. I mean,
right.
I was like, okay. So we go to the park, and I'm like, all right, well, maybe the bag isn't that big, right? So there can't be like a ton of stuff in there.
Right.
So we go to this park that's probably like a 5-10 minute walk, and we sit on the bench. This man pulls out this, I don't know, I guess like little Mima's blanket. So it was kind of a little like,
it was a blanket.
Okay. So there was a blanket. And he pulled out 2 like nip things like Hennessy and vodka. So these two little things. And
bigger than an airplane bottle, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little ones. And a bag of chips.
One bag of chips?
You know, like a bag of chips.
Oh no. What if I didn't like that flavor?
Ma'am, what if I don't like any of what's happening right now? We didn't discuss this. And maybe my bad for not clarifying before. When we say let's meet up for a bite to eat and a drink,
I want food.
I'm thinking
that's not.
I was thinking building. It's cold inside.
Wine.
So we sat there for a little bit on the bench, didn't go really sit anywhere. The only thing that I will say was cool was where we ended up, the park that we ended up at, there was a concert going on.
Okay.
I can't remember. So it was like, oh, there's something going on, but it's New York for you, right? Something's always going on, but not my thing. You know, I probably stayed for people will probably tell me, I don't have the comments on. Every time I stayed longer than I should have or went for probably stayed for
Listen, when I saw the midget get off the train, I was leaving. I would have been like, what?
He wasn't that. But, the concert, I was like, oh, that's cool. Remember, I had just moved to New York. So I was like, oh, this is cool. So maybe we could just kind of see this and kind of forget everything else. I already knew we weren't talking again. I think when I said, all right, I'm going to head back. I'm going to leave. He knew, was it probably going to hear from me again. So it was in his mind, I always try to find this over, you know what I'm saying? He ain't have a lot, and he tried to make it do what it do, and it just wasn't being done for me. It's just that was not my blessing. That was meant for somebody else. But it was just not. It was.
Oh no.
It was not giving what it's supposed to be given for me, at least. So I just kind of took myself home and got on the train and was like, well, it didn't cost anything.
Okay, so you met him on a app.
Yeah, I don't even know what app it was. Probably Bumble or
Well, see, I like Bumble. I think Bumble has shout out to POF, but I think Bumble has the best. At least
I like Bumble and Hinge.
Bumble has the most legitimate prospects.
Yeah, I think Bumble and Hinge. Bumble and Hinge are good.
If I meet you over here, I immediately go to Bumble and see if I can find you. If I see you on Bumble, then I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's what you that's your
verification. I find you here because this is where I live. Shout out to POF. But then I don't date you unless I see you on Bumble.
Got it. No, I like their interface, right? Because they give conversation starters. And they have things for you to kind of bring.
And I feel like they vet people. People have to do a little more work to get an profile over there.
Correct. Yeah, I think both. Bumble,
the lurkers and stuff over here. I'm
Bumble and
nothing y'all selling. Shout out to POF.
Right. But Hinge is good too. Hinge's whole mentality is the point is to delete the app, right? So they want somebody to get off. Exactly.
So,
but yeah, shout out to, I don't even remember his name, but shout out to the guy in the park. I guess we don't call him guy in the park.
Listen, before I ask Jilly her next question, you are here with me. I am Sid. This is Changing Hearts and Sid. We're here every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't have my comments on, but I hope my bouncers are taking care of you guys in the comments. I appreciate you for being here. Please fave my top 3 gifters. Please fave the lovely It's Miss Jilly Baby and fave Rob, our first guest for the evening. There's a link on YouTube if you missed his interview. So Jilly, question. You said you were dating on the app. Are you opposed to long distance relationships?
Absolutely not. I have been in several long distance relationships by nature of just moving around. I move around a lot and travel and meet people. So I'm definitely not opposed to a long distance relationship. I believe that they can absolutely work as long as the common goal is to work towards being together, right? And not distance. But you can't be all places all the time. Who am I to think that the person I'm supposed to be with has going to show up in proximity of me? Be somewhere else, and we just haven't connected or crossed paths yet. So absolutely, I'm definitely not opposed to long distance relationships.
And then how do you feel about I hear a lot, especially on this app. Mm-hmm. Don't date a streamer.
Yeah.
You're one of the biggest streamers there are. So if people say don't date a streamer, that means don't date It's Jilly Baby. Which I just think is ridiculous.
Well, well, I think it's like different, right? So dating another streamer or dating somebody who doesn't stream. Right?
Either way.
So, am I opposed to date? So in general, I'm not opposed, right? You meet who you meet, your heart wants, your heart wants, you should post it. Now, but a dating stream, I think if streamers are dating each other, I think there needs to be a discussion or like delineation. I think there's some contingencies to kind of doing that, right?
Okay.
I think at the beginning it'd be like, oh, it doesn't matter, but it kind of does, right? Because think of it this way, right? Streaming is a part of your life, right? And you're dating someone who also streams. So now it's a part of both of your lives and you're constantly doing that, right? So there definitely needs to be an understanding of balance, right? Hey, when we're off the app, we're not talking about the app, because then your life is the app, their life is the app, then your relationship life is the app, then everything is the app, right? And being able to like find those spaces to say, hey, we're off the clock and we do this, and this is, we're not going to talk about app stuff or do app stuff. But I'm also a very private person, so I don't talk about or share that, you know, myself. Now, if things are happening and you just happen to end up and you happenstance on information, or you see me hanging out with somebody, then so be it. But you're never gonna hear me talk about it. You know, like, this is my space, this is my stream, this is my, like, my haven to do what kind of I want in it. And I let people in a lot of spaces in my life, but that's one part of my life that I definitely do not share on the app.
So I heard you say you're the first person that talked about the actual streaming balance. Most people, when I ask them that question, they talk about the jealousy aspect of, you know, folks signing the DMs and the attention you're giving to, you know, gifters and whatnot. So
yeah, but even if you're like, even if you take the dating aspect out, all of those feelings and activities still happen.
Exactly.
All of that stuff that happens even without the date. That happens with people thinking that you're dating somebody else. You know what I'm saying? When it's not even real. So to me, that's a life thing that happens in real life. That this app is nothing. This app is no different than regular real life. People move the way they move, and they are who they are.
On or off.
You know, right? Like
yesterday.
You know, they are who they are, so they're going to behave how they behave, right? And maybe they maybe for a little while can put a front on, you know, you can kind of build this persona, but the real you is always going to leak out somewhere or kind of show itself. So it's going to happen anyway. That's not my concern if I'm talking about the dating aspect, right? Because if I'm going to have those feelings, if I have certain feelings about that, or I'm feeling some way, I'm mature enough to say, hey, what's going on over here? Is this real? Like, no. I was just saying, okay, cool. And then leave it at that, right? Because like feelings aren't facts, right? We try to operate in a fact-based space. But yeah, I'm not worried about that type of stuff where this is going to, but that's a very real thing though, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
I had a friend tell me yesterday, his girl told him to delete the app. I said, she's gonna be mad that you going out for guacamole with your coworkers.
Right. No, but I can understand that though, right? Because so the benefits that someone will always say about dating streamers is they understand the world that you're dealing with, right? Because this is very hard to explain to somebody who doesn't get this. So people who have tried to talk about this to your friends that have no concept of this, it's weird, right? So if I have no knowledge of what this is, and I was dating somebody who was doing this, so you're gonna go and spend 4 hours talking on a device to people that you don't know in real life versus spending real life time with me, that would be an issue, right? Like, I get the concept of saying that, because even that could even still happen in the streamer relationship, right? Like, hey, what's going, like, you know, you're gonna choose what's real versus sitting here and doing that, right? That's the challenge, right? Like, delete the app because they don't get it, right? They don't get it. Like, what are you doing? Because again, especially if you are on,
why did you log into a dating app and I'm right here?
Right, exactly. And that's the same thing that happens to even in just regular stuff. So whenever I've met up with streamers or we kind of do that, I don't know if Sasha's still listening in here as well, but Sasha knows, like, whenever when we go and hang out and stuff or have done stuff together, I am like a huge proponent of like, we're not hanging out to stream. Like it always baffles me. I'm like, put your phone. She knows, and she'll be like, y'all better put your phone on. You know, Jilly don't be liking that. Because I'm like, we here in person.
Yeah, I got a friend that loves to stream when we're together, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, what's the point? Might as well stay at your house on stream. Why am I here if you're gonna be on stream the whole time?
No, I don't like, I'm very much like, but it's a balance because you love this, right? Like you love being on it. If I'm dealing with somebody or dating somebody or doing this and they love this the same way I love it, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So I get it. But at the same time, like, I want my time and my separate, and I would want to know that, if it push came to shove and I said, hey, I need you to get off now so we can go do this, then it would be an issue, right? It would be like, all right, listen, y'all gotta go. Committee's doing this. But that goes back to what I said, dating a streamer, you have to set boundaries. You need to be very open and honest about, hey, here's my limits, or what are you doing? Treat this like a job to a degree, and says, hey, this is when I'm going to stream in the morning, and then evening time is for you. We're planning things and we're doing these things so that there's a clear understanding of, when I'm on here, I'm doing this. And then, giving each other your space. If you're doing that on here, that, don't need to be, you drive yourself crazy, you go and, lurk and peek and not speak and then make up stories or wonder what's going on. Then you bring that into your real life. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many possibilities there that can kind of make it tough, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just think people, if you're deciding to do that you need to like, just be honest and
communication. That's what I hear you saying.
And just, your needs, right? Your boundaries and your needs of just like, hey, this is what makes you comfortable and not comfortable or, let's just talk about it. But I would never ask anybody to, because I wouldn't want to be asked.
Especially this is how we met. How can I stop streaming?
Right. If you're getting off as well, like if you want to stop, that should be your personal choice. Like, hey guys, I think this is it. I would never want to force anybody to do that and be like, take this over, over this relationship, unless it was like really a problem. Like if it's to the level of problem where you would be on entanglements problem, then definitely you'd have to be like, all right, listen now, you gotta choose, or you gotta kind of make better decisions here.
Now, do you have non-negotiables, like something absolutely not, I'm not going for it?
I was really looking at that question and I was just like, that's my problem. I'm a Pisces, so I'm very just like everybody deserves a chance, and always the silver lining, but so if I was thinking of things where I was like, I wouldn't date anybody. You can't be a drug dealer, in the game. I've dated them before. My daddy was one growing up. We not doing that anymore. I'm trying to think what else. I'm not opposed to kids. I may have a limit on kids. If you got 2, that's probably my limit there. Like,
so not 6. You got 6.
No, I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't know. I'm not trying to. I don't know. I watch those movies where they're just like, you're dating someone who's like, I'm like, X amount of years older than your oldest child.
Yes.
I don't think that's not for me.
Okay.
I'm not, but I have kids. I don't have any. No, I can't. Other than that, I can't think of anything. I really honestly couldn't think of anything hard set to just be like, hey, this is like impossible. You gotta be clean. Pick up after yourself. I'm a big proponent of like putting stuff back where you got it. Like I hate that. Like if we're together, I need you to clean the dishes in the sink. Like I don't like going to bed with the kitchen. Like if you cooked.
Yeah. If you cook, clean the dishes.
Clean up. I clean up myself. Or we do it together.
Right.
But I guess that's kind of it. Like there wouldn't be anything else that I don't know. I haven't come across anything else that I was just like, oh. Hey.
So 5'2", you're good.
No, I'm not. I guess it'd be like, I don't like to say that because listen, Sid. Now, what if my soulmate is out there? 5'2", give me everything, make me happy, Sid. Like, and I'll just be like, I'm gonna really look over him. No pun intended. I'm just gonna look over him like that. I mean, that would be terrible, right? I guess you know what though. I would. I don't know. As I get older, I think a lot of those things start to like fade away, and I give things a second look where I wouldn't. I mean, I'll tell you this, one of my exes brought from my first, like, what I would say my first real, like love. When we first met in person, I thought he was like, that's what I would tell him. I thought that he wore like high water pants. That's how I remember him. Like, I was like, yo, why are the bottom of his pants just like so high off? Because he was tall. He's like 6'2". And that is what I remember of our first meeting. We would laugh about it all the time. I would just be like, oh, I'm never going to see him again.
He's wearing regular instead of tall.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, that's so weird. Right. But, you know, a couple months later, and it was just like, and then while we were dating, you know, he put those same pants on. They were fine. I was like, where the hell did I get that in my head that I would have missed out? You know what I'm saying? Like on some pants. So, I mean, you know, the mind is a powerful thing and love is a powerful drug. So, you know,
love erases a whole lot of faults.
It does. And it's not even erasing, right? You just look through, you know, different glasses, right? You change your perspective of what you're seeing. So now, you know, it's not a non-negotiable, the height, but, you know, it wouldn't be, you know, there's a little bit of a preference, right? So, but hopefully he's not 5'2".
Do you have one that got away? Like somebody who could call you and say, hey, Jilly.
I was really thinking about that, right? Because I always try to sit and say, you know, like things happen for a reason. People are gone. People are there's that wasn't meant for you. It should go. But there is, if I would think of one person that I really feel like I messed up, you know, like, or I like it was good and it was like I messed up, that I would put in that category. That I would put in that category. But I couldn't see us like, I don't know that I could see us
long term
together. Yeah, like doing that. But it would be one of those, like, if I had to pick one, I would definitely put him in that category. Because I fumbled the bag on that one. On that one.
How'd you mess up? You messed up?
Yeah, I feel like I mishandled that. Like he was if we met while I was traveling. So we met in a traveling like circle, but we had such a great chemistry, good time together. And I was in the midst of, when was this? This was in 2016. So when I was decided to live out of my suitcase and just kind of travel. That's a lot of transition, right? To just be like, hey, I'm going to give up all my possessions and all my stuff, put everything in a suitcase, and I'm just going to wing it.
Okay.
Right? So I had no residence, no place to live, right? I was just going to be like, I'm going to travel, stay with some friends or whatever I need to do. So I had all of that going on. And then he had two kids, he had businesses. He was just a great entrepreneur. It's like a serial entrepreneur, traveled, like all these big things. It was great, but he lost his stepfather. He lost his stepfather, who was like his dad. Lost his dad. Was moving, had a lot of other things happening in the background. So it was just a lot of emotional things going on. And I just mishandled that because I was in a very much like a needy space, right? I'm not really living anywhere specific. I don't have my own stuff. And I was seeking that like support and attention from him. And he just didn't have that to give. And I was just like on it, you know, versus kind of stepping outside of myself to just be like, okay, let this thing kind of flow. I was really just, you know, why don't you call me back? And you know what's going on and where you go, you know, it was much. I was too much. I was doing too much. And you know, it led to just, you know, the communication just fell off, right? You just kind of stopped. And so there was never really any like closure about it, right? So I would probably like, you know, if anything, if we were to connect again, to just be like, oh, you know, how are you doing? And that was just kind of, you know, what was really going on there. And yeah.
Do you see any big changes for how you used to be to how you are now in terms of how you treat dating and relationships?
Do I see any big differences? I think the big difference is, I think the big difference for me is in reverse is acknowledging that there's certain things that I just am, right? Like I just am and accepting it. Where before I would be like, oh, stop being that way. Versus now where I'm just like, okay, I'm this way, right? And what is it that my behavior is seeking or looking for, right? I'm a very inquisitive person. I ask a lot of questions. You see in my shows and things, I ask questions, you know, question. And, you know, that's just in my workspace. And I need to know how things work. That's just how my brain has always been since I was a kid. That is not something that, you know, it's just like, okay, turn it off. I'm going to ask questions. But I can, you know, embrace that, right? So I don't need to ask you 50 million questions, right? I can ask you and just say, hey, you know, this is making you feel some type of way, you know, what's going on? Can you I need that, right? And embracing that and being, if I embrace it and I'm open about what I need, I can, at least one, I'm being honest, I'm putting it on the forefront so you know, and then you can act accordingly. If that's not for you, you don't do it, then okay, that's gonna be too much for me. But I'm putting that, I'm not hiding that anymore really, and looking at it as a negative. These are just the things I need. And if that's not what you're with or you can get with, or you know, this sounds a certain way to you, or you can't work with that, then it's not gonna work for me, right? So for me, a big change is being self-aware about that and owning that. I'm learning a lot more about, you know, the things that I thought I was like okay with, I'm just like not okay. So we talk about like clean it, like some of those things I was just like, you know, try to be like, oh yeah, that it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, that's really not
fine.
Not fine. You know, like I don't like it, you know.
And it's okay to put a boundary up.
Yeah.
Not accept it.
Yeah, you know, like that's just I don't think I can just make myself accept that. And then, you know, being very much about less kind of like reasoning in terms of, you know, if it's not going to be something that is bringing me peace or contributing to that, then you just don't want to waste time or waste time with it, right? You know, you're just kind of like, you know, it's kind of be, you know, I'd rather be, you know, what is that Medea play? I can do bad all by myself. I can do bad all by myself. You know, so it's probably those types of things. I used to sit and say, I would tell myself a lot because of my relationship situations that I would try to change my self-talk, how I talk to myself in terms of dating, right? I would say things like, oh, I'm difficult to date, or I'm hard, or I'm this. And, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm not. I just, you know, like things a certain way or have, you know, certain, you know, things that I seek and want to have, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to do that. And if it's not okay with you, then that just means we're not okay for each other. And that's okay. You know? Right? Like, and that's okay. So that's probably, those are like the biggest changes, you know. It's kind of like more of like a self-awareness, and owning some of those things that I used to look at as negative. And just saying, you know, this is what it is. This is what it is, and that's okay. I love it. Yeah, and you know, like nothing is set in stone, right? Like a relationship is work and communication and compromise and all of those things. So, you know, if it's worth it and there's certain things I need to work on, or you need to be like, hey, can we like, I know you need to ask questions, but you know, can we limit that to like 3? 3 is my limit per. I was gonna ask, what are your 3 questions you ask on a first date? I want to I want to know 3 things you have to ask on a first date. I want to know what you have. If it's like a blind, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the last time I've been on a date to even ask other than like the generic questions, right? And these days you meet on an app or something, so you get the basics, right? They still ask anyway. That's my pet peeve. Do not ask me where I'm from. Click the profile. Don't ask me how old I am. That's what I like. Read. So reading is fundamental. I'm sorry. Those basic things, but I will probably let's see. I'm trying to think. I have not been in a date in a while. You know, so you know what, dates, these are probably not have to ask, but it's more so like little questions. Like I will say, you know, things I do like to, like things that I like to see if you're interested in. So like traveling is a big thing for me, right? So do you travel? Do you like travel? That might be a non-negotiable. Somebody who doesn't like to travel, who doesn't have a passport, never wants a passport, we can't. Yeah. Because I'm trying to travel with somebody. I have a passport and a passport card. So like that's probably non-negotiable. We've landed on a non-negotiable. You don't have a passport, you don't ever want to get one, then this is not going to work. But you know, I probably ask more things like life experiences, type questions, you know, like if you travel, where's your favorite place that you've been? You know, tell me about, you know, I ask really off the wall type of questions, you know, like what's your favorite childhood memory that you have? Like I like to ask, you know what I mean, like things that become a conversation, right? And I think that you can like learning about somebody without having to ask the specific direct questions, right? So like I like interactive dates, right? Let's go play something. Let me see how you react if I whoop your at a game. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how you sore loser, sir. That's what I Let's understand. Are you okay with that? Do you talk a lot of mess? Can you dish it? Can you take it? How do you handle it?
Don't let me win. I'm just
but like there's ways, that you can interact with somebody and learn about them without having to be like very specific. But I ask questions like that, like off the wall questions like that. And honestly, in my dating experience, sometimes those questions more often than not, like make people like, I don't know, sometimes it makes people uncomfortable, right? Because they want to have real basic conversation, like where you from, where you been. And I'm just like, no, I want to know, like, where's your favorite, vacation that you went with your family, or what do you like, do you have any like, what are you doing for the holidays? Do you typically go see your family? What is that like? I have stories about my family and how that type of stuff is, but I'll ask stuff.
I'd like to ask, what would your mother tell me about you? That's what
will my mother tell you about me?
That's one of my questions.
My mom, okay, so she'll probably my mom would probably tell you. One, she will say that she'll give me, my mom will give compliments, right? She'll tell me she thinks I'm amazing, she thinks I'm strong, that I work hard and all this. But my mom will definitely say she thinks I talk too much. She would just say, you talk a lot, and sometimes you tend to talk over people. She would say that, which I'm very conscientious of. I try to be better about that. And she'll probably say that I can be really stubborn. She'll probably just say that you can be really stubborn. And I have to work on that because like, I'm a type of person, like if you do something that turns me off and I get upset, it's very hard for me to real quick, and you could apologize to me and I will it'll just sit in my head. And I'm a very like, when I get there, it's like changes the energy and I will it's like, I can't unmad myself. I don't know if that means unmad, I can't unmad myself.
A whole different person. Like you have recreated yourself. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't unmad myself. And it's like I'm standing outside of my body looking at myself. Like, girl, they said they were sorry. It was an accident.
Calm down. Just
it's okay.
I'm like, no, but
right. No. I need to know that you feel how frustrated and it's terrible.
I need you to get it. You don't get it.
I know.
You don't get it. You done said sorry 50 times, but you ain't say sorry the right way. You don't get it.
It does. It is. And I know when it happens, I've become better at, just being like, I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood. Like I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm in a mood. It's probably better for me to just go. Or, we'll just talk tomorrow. But definitely that. Me and my mom she would definitely tell you that I can be really stubborn, like really stubborn about my feelings. But she's the same way. I forget.
My mama.
I forget, like she's in Guam, so they're a day ahead, right? Okay. So time-wise, they're a day ahead. So even little like things like her birthday, like her birthday here is depending on the time, is after her birthday there. So if I miss it by like a minute or 2 minutes, like she just won't answer my calls. She won't talk to me for like I did that this year. Like I meant to call her. I was waiting for the time to change so I could catch her or the time, and I fell asleep. And then I was in a space where I didn't have good service. So I called her. It was her birthday here, and I called her. She wouldn't answer my phone. I had to call my stepdad. When she finally did pick up the phone, she was like real dry. And I was just like, man, and I want to be like, it's just, but I get it, I get it. And so she didn't talk to me for a week.
Exactly what I would do.
She talked to me for a week. A whole week. And I just had to, like, whole week, I'm just texting her and messaging her like, hey mom, how you doing? Love you.
Listen, I went to Vegas with my father, who's married to my mother, and my mother didn't talk to me for a month because she wanted to go with him. But she had to work and I did it. So
no, we get the same. We get the same. My mother does. It's the funniest thing because we do it. I know when I get that way, I see it. But man, she like when she lays it on me, and I'm just like, and I can't do anything, right? I can't do anything but wait, right? Just wait. Send her flowers, just kind of do something. Talk to my dad. How's she doing? Is she still upset? Yeah, all right. Okay. I'll be like, let me try again. And then she'll talk, and then she'll either say her piece, it really hurt my feelings, but I'm really sorry, I understand it. And then she'll be fine. Yeah. Or we won't have the front conversation, and she'll just be fine. and then we'll just be like, okay, you know. But so I try to be mindful of that. I try to just be mindful of certain dates of just being like, I'm gonna just call early instead of later. Like, let me just make sure. So she feels that. Yeah.
I get it. Oh my goodness. Well, Jilly, it's been such a pleasure having you on with me. I'm so glad you said yes.
Thank you.
Of course. Fangirling a little bit.
I'm so glad you asked me. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like watching you do your show, and I was like, she ever gonna ask me to be on her show? Like, how come she hasn't asked me?
Why you didn't say anything? Because I was scared to ask you. That's what happened. I had to ask Jilly, but she has so much going on. I said, but I'm gonna. But I had to make sure. I just wanted to make sure I was in a good place. And then I was so upset that I got sick because I asked you, and then I canceled it. I was like, oh God, she's never gonna say yes.
No. No, of course. I'm like a serial show person.
I was like, oh God, she's not gonna say yes. But I can't
talk. No, I was more worried about you. I was like, are we still going on today?
Yeah, that's before I realized it was COVID. So I was just sick.
I understand. I had COVID, and it took me like almost 2 months to get.
I've been sick since December 14th, y'all. Luckily, my school is virtual, so I'm still home. So I don't have to take any sick days off of work because I can teach through the computer and then take a nap and then get up and teach again and then take another nap.
I'm glad you're better though. That's no joke.
Yo, I couldn't talk. I was sitting in Smurfy Stream. Everybody's like, "What's in your cup?" I said, "Tea." Because there's no. I'm on all the drugs right now. I can't.
Oh, I'm glad you're better though. I'm so glad that you're better because that's no joke. But yes,
yeah,
I will always.
That's what happened to me because I felt better for like a week and then I died again and I was like, oh gosh, what's happening? But I kept taking the test and kept being negative, and then.
It just lingered.
The first week it was positive. I was like, I told y'all it was COVID, and now I feel better. But I tested positive this week after I feel better. So
it lingers. It's just one of those up and down things. But yes, I will always listen. I would never not say yes to you. So if you ever needed, I don't know if you're doing something different and you needed somebody to pinch hit or come in, I'm always down to help anybody who has a show. If you need something, I'm a serial guest.
Tell everybody about your show.
Except with the exception of one, my shows are on pause for the month of January. Your girl's taking a break. So Entanglements is my featured show, guys. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's on pause for January. We'll be back February 1st. Okay. So we'll back there.
I'm getting drunk on the 1st. Just
okay. Fantastic. You got an entanglement?
One that I'm not ready to talk about.
Okay. Keep you on the put a 1 in the comments if you want to hear Sis entanglement. Put a 1 in the comment if you want 6. Go on and get on this damn entanglement wall. Come on now. Get on the wall. I got a leaf just for you somewhere around here. Get a leaf with your name on it. But if you have an entanglement, know somebody or refer somebody, follow me on Instagram. It's Chili Baby. We'll be returning on February 1st, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. for entanglements. My Monday show will be back in February as well. So, I guess it'll be February because we'll do it the following February. So on Monday, we do Behind the Music. Mm-hmm. So I interview DJs on the app. We combine my favorite thing of storytelling and music. So they come on, we get to hear about their journey and their stories of being a DJ. And then we have a party. So they play music and they share their craft with us, and we have a good time on a Monday. And then Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, we have Top Badge Squares.
This was hilarious today, by
the way. Top Badge Squares, guys, every Sunday, 6 p.m. We are completely booked up through February with contestants and whatnot. So every Sunday, guys, 6 p.m.
I'm totally ready to come back for redemption. I cannot believe I lost the last time. I'm still old about that.
We will have, and maybe that's what we'll do in March. March, April is spring. So maybe what we'll do is we'll gather all the people that want redemption, and now in the month of March and April, we'll have a redo.
So I was hurt. I was like, I cannot believe I lost. I am so much smarter than this dude. How did I lose? What kind of questions are those? You must have gave him the answers before you started.
But Sundays at 6 p.m. and then so those are the main things we do. Fridays we do game nights at 11. If you guys ever want to come in for that, Friday evenings at 11 p.m. And then I'm hosting my first auction this Saturday. Ooh. So it's, if any of y'all were privy to see our or myself and two of my friends where we kind of did a flash mob and we were wearing glow sticks, we have now converted that into, or like Sid, be privileged to an impromptu glow stick situation.
I drove to Walgreens for batteries
just to participate at one, like midnight, at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But on Saturday it is an auction. The auction part is really not that important, but we've gotten people some of my favorite people who are going to participate. So they're going to get their glow stick situation together. We are going to verse and they're going to give us a performance. So that starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Pull up if you want to buy somebody. If you don't, just pull up to come watch the show and watch the fun. It'll be a good time. We've got a lot of very enthusiastic participants. So pull up and come and have some fun. It's going to be really, really great. And then I'm actually going to start probably at the end of January. I'm going to start kind of like a content academy, kind of like a content and show 101. Okay. So every week I'm going to start just having a stream where I kind of give you my insight, my tips and tricks, and then, I would pull you or pull people that have shows and stuff like that to just kind of talk for people who want to get started into doing that and what that's about.
Like things to get featured.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to at least do that, and on a weekly basis, just share my tips and insights on, how to create a show or what content is, and just help people as they stream if they want to do that, right? But everything is content, guys. So everything is content. As soon as you hit go live and that stream starts, well, everything that you do from that point forward is considered content, right? So this
content for everybody. So you can judge people based on their content, because there's people in their stream watching that what you consider foolishness.
It's all subjective. It's all very subjective. There's no such good or bad content. It just may not be good for you. Right. So it's good for somebody else. Right.
Somebody's there every stream, so clearly you got something.
Exactly. So I'm gonna start doing that at the end of January. Just a weekly stream to just sit, give tips and talk. Let me see. And other than that, I got lots of other things in the background brewing that
you're the content queen, so
coming up with something to do. We are definitely doing in the new year. Lupus Awareness Day is World Lupus Day is May 10th, so we will be doing another Lupus Awareness Day stream event again. So mark your calendars. It's the same date, May 10th. So we'll probably do the same thing, but we're starting the planning much earlier this time. So we're gonna, if any of you got to participate or just listen to what we did last year in May, we're going to hopefully elevate that and make that even bigger and see if we can raise more money than what we did this last time. So it'll be good. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, you can catch me streaming during the daytime. I'm getting back to it. I took a break, so I haven't been on as much, but Monday we're back to it. You can catch me in the daytime. I gotta readjust myself, because all of that partying I did with, Sid was there for one of the nights and the many nights there. It took me out, y'all. My body was like, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but we're going to go ahead and shut you down.
That's about the last time I streamed too, was that. No, I streamed the next night, and then I've been done since then. So
I don't know what I forgot. My body was just like.
Yes, I just hit my goal from that Monday stream.
I see it. 750, right? Wait.
Yes, that goal from 2-3 weeks ago, I just hit it.
I have it. See?
Did just hit it.
I just looked up. I just looked at
like, I just hit it. Yay.
See, I have it. I don't, what, we said it and we say for a week, but we really, mean just to get it. Like, it's still meaningful.
Oh no, right? I was like, it's still there.
It's still meaningful, and I will hold on to it so we can have this moment to be like, we crossed it off and we did it. So we put it in the pile of completed goals. Because it still means something.
Yeah, I got all the way sick after that goal. I was like, dang, I can't even go live to get fed. So I was just in the comments like, yo, y'all gonna give me these faves. These comments. Everybody say Sid. I'll go live eventually. Someday you'll see me.
I hear you. But Monday we back at it though. Monday we back at it. We're still gonna have some fun. We'll get to it. But I appreciate you. I'm so like I said before, I'm so super proud of you. Thank you so much for wanting to have me on. Anytime you need me for anything, you know, people know, you know, you can hit me up last minute, and as long as I'm home and have a few minutes to fix my face, I will, you know, gladly hop in.
You got my 5,000 faves, so I appreciate you for that.
You're welcome.
You got one of my friends, her 5,000 faves. Thank you for that. Like, y'all need.
I feel like it's turned into like entanglements has turned into like, hey, if I'm just there, go there to get your last bit of it, which I'm cool with. I'm totally cool with. It. I love those milestones, and if you're around me and you're close and we can do it,
like need some clout, get in a box. Hi.
Facts. It's the Me Too's in the comments. I'll be like, what? You how close? Oh, we staying on. We ain't getting off. Nobody is leaving until we get all of these faves right now. We stayed up till midnight. We sure did, Sasha. We sure did. So, I love it. Sasha, were you in here and you heard me say I don't like people streaming when we hanging out in real life? Sasha be saying that all the time. She be like, I'd be like, but thank you so much. I don't want to hold up any more time. I appreciate you giving me your time and your space here and whatnot. So, but I love it. If you need anything, you know how to reach me. Y'all follow me on Instagram. It's Jilly Baby. The name is the same. That's all I got. I'm tired now. You were my 4th show of the day.
So I appreciate you because you came with so much energy. I wouldn't even known it. So
listen, always we got to bring energy. But you know, I'm here. I feel like the universe was like, oh, so you just not gonna be on stream? Okay, well we gonna find a way to get you on.
What I did like 3 shows. I was everybody's box stop for like a night, and then it was like, sit down, you're sick. Okay,
yes. You see, EB. EB has been with me. I just like we've been spending the day together. Every show I've been on, EB, I'm like, good morning, EB. Good afternoon, EB. Good evening, EB.
Every week, EB lists all the shows he goes to. He has a whole like streaming schedule of shows.
I love it. I was like,
I'm gonna start doing that.
I was like, EB, we spending the day together today, aren't we? You know, I love it though. I love seeing everybody. It's been dope. The support is real. Facts on me.
Definitely.
The support is real, and I'm happy to see you grow. And I love all of you. Sid, what do we call your people?
I've been trying to figure that out. I have no idea.
What bearded one? What do you call yourselves?
They don't have a name. They need a name. We've been trying to think of a name for like 8 months too. I ask Nell all the time, and we ain't figured it out yet.
You should do that. What, the Sidsters? I was gonna down. I don't think I was gonna fly. What is the meaning?
Like, nope.
What is the meaning behind your emoji?
Okay, so when I first chose my emoji, everybody said that. So I used to consider myself the most loyal person on the app. I still do. I just don't broadcast it anymore. But I am the most loyal person on the app.
Thank you. Okay, it's 2022. We are saying what we unclick. Go ahead.
Listen, I just had to change it up just a little bit because people take loyalty to mean I could be a doormat, and I'm not a doormat. But you know, if you're my people, you're my people forever and ever and ever. Okay.
Yeah, but it's what you say.
You're still my people.
Okay. It's what you say, not what.
So my umbrella keeps you covered from all the bullshit.
Okay.
That's me. I'm the umbrella.
Okay.
Right? Yes. And then the LOD is loyalty over diamonds.
Loyalty over diamonds.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna think about this. We're definitely not doing the Sidsters, so that's.
So, but that has definitely been a question that comes up. I used to be part of the lurker gang. So it was easier because I was just like head lurker.
Head lurker. Okay, got you.
But I'm not in the lurker gang anymore.
Is the LOD? Is that yours?
That's me. LOD.
That's yours. Okay.
I had to move on from the lurker.
Okay.
So is loyalty over diamonds. I just want you here. I don't need your diamonds. I need
you. Call y'all the loyalists? That's too much. Does that sound like a group?
I don't know.
Loyalists.
We can get there. I feel like somebody else kind of had that name too, though, because there was loyalty over everything, and then there was loyalty something.
We're gonna think about this.
Loyalty, some things.
We're planting the seed now in people outside of your space. We're planting the seed, Joe. We need to. Simply Sids. Okay, that. What doesn't Sid stand for? That ain't infinite. It can't be that. No. It can't be that. Right, Viva. I was like, that's not gonna be good.
That episode on Law and Order today about Sids, and I was like, oh. Yeah, I was so sad the whole episode. I was like, it sounds like y'all keep saying Sid. Sid killed the baby. Sid killed the baby. I was like, I didn't kill the
baby. We have baby. Who's the
I was
baby?
watching it half awake, and I was like, but I didn't kill the baby.
Sid. Okay, Sid. We gotta think of something.
I was, someone had.
What are some names that y'all have thrown out?
They threw out like the raindrops. That was weird. Because they're not the raindrops on top of the umbrella. I'm sheltering them from the umbrella. So it's just like,
y'all the problem. I'm kidding. The raindrops, not the raindrops.
Okay. When I was Miss Killer Cass, it was the Killers for a little while. That didn't really work.
That didn't work? The Killers?
It was just a little too violent.
Too rough? Too harsh?
A little too violent. I'm like, wait, but I'm nice.
A little scary.
Right.
A little scary. They killed everyone.
So, there's already folks, they already had like the sniper mafia, because that's kind of what I was doing before. And we kick everybody out the box. We were the kick stars from Kickville at one point. But we have a whole kick game that we play. Like,
that's becoming a thing now. People are now.
So I did mine a little different. I love that whole pay to kick thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I should steal that. But we just genuinely just bounce everybody in the stream, and we will sometimes we go through the views and say kick everybody from Alabama, first person kick, or you describe a person on your viewer list. First person to kick that description. If you kick the wrong person, you lose points. You kick the right person, you get points.
And then do you go back and clear your?
I unblock everybody every day, so that's why I don't. Okay. That's why I don't care if people kick me or if I kick them. I do have some folks that still have me on a permanent block list. I'm like, why? But I unblock everybody every day, so they can come back tomorrow. That's our phrase. We say they can come back tomorrow. And try again tomorrow.
Maybe I might try that, clearing off the block.
You can try again tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to clear my block list. I feel like some people are long on there that probably aren't even around anymore.
Well, what I realized is some people change.
Purple Rain game.
Purple Rain. See, I like that. There's already a Purple Rain game. The umbrella people. What's his name? Rainmaker had the rain game for a little while.
Got you.
This wasn't the Purple Rain game, but he had a rain game.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I had kicked some people, and then when I go on my blacklist, your name goes back to your original name, and I go, you sit here trolling. That's how you got kicked. We didn't kick that. So who's trying to get to Vanessa, my head bouncer.
Got you. Yeah. No, but that's becoming a thing now. People are doing like a kick game. So I think like I just saw Mej posted about that where he's doing.
Yeah, I saw his post and I was like, man, I should try, because I saw Travel Bay do the
Travel does a
jet for a kid, and I was like, oh, I should try that.
Jet to kick a bouncer.
You need to give me a jet. You take anybody's badge for a jet. Go ahead. I was like, I gotta try that one day. But we're so used to kicking, like I don't even get mad. They just kick. Sometimes they kick just because the person is in line in front of them in the day box. They just.
I've created I've created a method to the kicking now, because I don't kick anybody. Actually, like nobody gets kicked. But we have a song so once you hear the song being played, that is indicating that a kick needs to occur. And I'll say the name, and then you have to kick them at the end of the song. You have to whoever can catch them at the end of the song.
So we do like if I need you kicked, but I'm trying to be nice about it, I'll ask the person in the date box, do you like Uber or Lyft? And then when they say Uber, somebody sends an Uber. They say Lyft, somebody sends a Lyft. Depending on the conversation, we were talking about I see you guys, they were talking about flights one time, and I was like, so are you Delta or Southwest? He was like, I like Delta. Because I was like, Chosen likes Delta, but Beard likes Southwest. So depending on which one you say, that
depends on who gets the glory of doing it. The glory of doing it. That's funny.
Yeah. So we do, when I was doing my mimosas and a message on Sundays, Noodles was sending everybody to Sunday school. She was like, we'll see you next week. Please have fun in Sunday school.
I love that. I love that.
God bless.
I love that. I love the code.
The first time she did it to me out,
I love that.
She was like, we need an usher.
I love that. It's fun to make it fun. And if it's all fun and games too. Plus, everyone's been taking this a lot, like, serious now, right? Like, like badge and being kicked and stuff. I don't like the feeling of being kicked. I think I've only been kicked like a couple of times. So like Meg's post, I was like, well, I guess I won't be going in there. It's like, well,
I kicked a friend of mine from another streamer's stream, but I was asked to. But then they came back on their lurker, and the streamer was like, well, you didn't have to. I just blocked them. And so, but they didn't hear the part where he actually asked me to kick you.
Got you.
And so then you got mad at me because I kicked you, and we know each other in real life. What you mad about? It's just a stream. He's like, come on. I didn't kick you because I need to kick you, or I didn't kick you for clout. EB, first of all, we not gonna talk. So I had a whole concept of that, and it was stolen. I had a whole teaching stream going on. I used to do homeroom. I used to do teacher's lounge. Like my stream in the evening was called teacher's lounge. I used to do homeroom in the morning, and then all that I keep seeing it, so now I'm like, oh, all right.
And you're an actual teacher.
Yeah, and I'm an actual teacher. I'm an actual teacher. There's a whole new show coming up called Bad Teacher, and I was like, yeah, I did that 6 months ago too. And you're always in my stream lurker, but not you, the person who gave that.
I know who's talking about.
The person who gave the idea is always in my stream lurking, but go off, whatever. Not the first idea you stolen, won't be the last. I'm okay with it. We've moved past it.
There's content and things on here that are recycled that people have done.
Definitely.
And this app is huge. It's huge. This app is huge. You don't get to see everybody and what's going on there. It's just, I would definitely encourage you to still revisit those things because it's still going to be yours, and you're not going to do it the same way.
Yeah, definitely.
And it comes from a space that you're comfortable and familiar with.
I like Teacher's Lounge. I like the Teacher's Lounge. I just am usually too tired to stream.
You want to call your people the faculty?
Oh, that would be cool. Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? The faculty, y'all are the right.
That might work. No, we like it here. We like it.
So I'm just trying to see if y'all roll up in the stream. I see all your people. I was like, okay, I see the faculties in the building. I see Sid's got her faculty with you.
Okay, let's go.
You gotta see who in here, like your head bouncer. He's got what is that called when you get tenor?
Oh, he's the resource officer all day, every day.
So Tobin. What is that called when you've been there long enough and you get seniority when you're
tenure? Yes.
Tenure. Okay, so you can have your faculty that have tenure, like bearded, maybe that tenure.
Yeah, bearded now definitely have tenure. There's some folks who are like, we're building new. I have to figure out what's up, Morgan. I gotta figure out what to call the new. Got some new faculty members coming around.
That's it. They knew. You got the new teacher. I like it. Okay. Look at y'all. See how we just kind of talked through that, or we just ended up somewhere?
That's exactly how we did my show. They were like, "Come to the meeting." I was like, "Okay." They were like, "You have ideas?" I said, "No."
They have been picking people a lot now.
And then by the end of the meeting, I had a whole show. I was like, "Oh, I can do that." Okay.
But that's what they're there for, though, right? Because they want. Chris will always say that, right? They pick people based on their talent and their personality. Like, I can give you a concept, we can build a show for you to do, but if you don't have the personality to carry something, then it's not gonna work. They can't teach you that. Right. I can give you topics, I can give you things, I can help you build something, but I can't teach you how to run a stream, how to host a show. I can't do that part. So if you have the makings of that, then
question, outside looking in, how was the show?
The show was good. Yeah, you good. You kept time. You hit all your marks in terms of.
I had to really work on that whole interrupt and
I'm not perfect at it too. I try to remember like
look at that.
You should be doing it like every 7 to 10.
You said 7 minutes, but that's like ew. First off, interrupting people if I do it every 7 minutes.
That's not really because you think you do it at the intro of your show, right? That's one, right? So
I try to do 10, about 10,
10, 20, 30, 40. So it's really just 5 times that you're plugging it, essentially. So it's not bad, right? You do it at the start of your show, you find a middle ground, you do it maybe 2 things. I probably plug my show maybe like 4 times.
4 times, yeah.
When they're kind of doing it, but you have a good thing because you have multiple guests, right? So that's always a good marker, right?
Yeah. They used to tell me put something in the middle for 15 minutes. That middle 15 minutes was the hardest part of my life, so I cut that out. I don't do that no more.
Oh, well, they try to build you a basic show, but you got to build.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. And then I did try to do the 2 guests at the same time. So I feel like that would work, except that the 2 guests I tried it with, that didn't work. So
well, that could be the guest, not the concept.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I would like to do it 2 guests at a time. Like
I feel like what you can do.
If I can.
The show is in the beginning. You can do recaps are always good. I always tell people starting off with a recap. Last week we got to talk to Rob and to It's Julie Baby, and
I haven't had a show for 2 weeks. I couldn't even remember who the last.
No, which is fine, but like you can do that, right?
I was like, I don't know who the last people.
Full facts. You can use that time to find maybe a fun, you can always you go do your research online and there's always some kind of weird dating.
That was the middle part of the show. And
well, you could do that in the beginning or throw that out.
That's the part I have trouble with is the whole research part. I need
in the comments, listen, faculty, I need you to gather together, faculty. And find those dating stories.
Well, because that's what I want to do. I want other people to come and tell a story like in between the 2 guests. I would love that. Like have somebody who has a bad date story, but I haven't had anybody say that they like to share their bad date story.
You have to start asking to it. So I saw your post on social media putting that out.
Yes. I'm growing. You see my new post? I got a couple of new things going on here. I'm like, yes, let's go.
I see. So I would say, like, now that I know, I'll ask and send people your way. But I think what you could do is if you're not going to do anything in the beginning of your guest, find something non-related, because the other part is you need to build yourself a base if your guest flakes, right? Or a guest flakes. Something that you can
happen once.
Yeah, which does happen. So you either have a guest that you can vibe with that can carry you all the time that you can pull, or have that like, hey guys, when this isn't happening, we're going to talk about, I have stories that I could pull where I can just be like, hey.
Yeah.
The other thing you can do if you don't want to do is put a feeler out and ask people about their bad dates. Hey, I want you to send me your letters or send me things about bad dates, because then I can always pull one and read one, right? So people may not want to come on and have a whole interview, but I can send
Chocolate told me to do.
Yeah, have them write in and do that. But what you do show, you can do the dual date. So if you do in the beginning, you have 1 guest, you have your second guest, and then you can put them you can follow the same kind of advice format, put them in the box together.
Yeah.
Read a bad date story.
So the not today, but for the last 3 shows before today, the last 15 minutes is where I like, okay guys, like I have a clock watcher who are like, you got, 10-minute warning, 2-minute warning. Cause like, okay, go change your photo. Cause I'm usually like, oh, I'm logging off. It's 10 o'clock. I'm done. Hit the X. And they're like, no, stay on. And I'm like, I don't want to stay on. I don't want to stay on.
I'm a fan, like you can stay on. I'm actually a bigger fan of ending my stream and starting a new stream.
Yeah.
It's just so the energy is just different and to vibe into. And it's just kind of like when I sit on after my show, I just kind of feel weird. People kind of I like to end it, and the 15 minutes is just the buffer for you. You can end it at 10. You only
listen. You know who called me after that first time? I ended my show at 9:59, and I got a phone call from Del. Get back on. You got 15 minutes. Feed. I was like,
no, the 15 is a buffer. The 15 is a buffer for you.
But today it was good because I went over with Rob, and then so I was like, I needed the 15 minutes so I could keep, make sure I gave you all the time you were supposed to have. So it worked out perfectly today.
But the real thing is it's 60 minutes.
Yes. That's what I told you. It's an hour show.
It's an hour show, and you have
get back on, and you're being crazy.
You have a 15-minute buffer, so you can end it when you can end it. Actually, technically, whenever. But you have the feature from available to you all the way up until that time.
That's what I told them.
You need to do a minimum of 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So and what you can tell Chris too is like, hey, for my analytics, I just want it for 60 minutes. So he'll set it for 60 minutes instead of 75. If you say I want the 75 minutes, then they're going to do your analytics all the way through to 75 minutes. Yeah. And I'm like, I'd rather you set me for 60 minutes. And if I go over, great. Yeah. If not, then I can stop it. And not sit there for 15 minutes and feel like I have to stay on. But if you get back on, you have to get back on after your 15 minutes, right? So if you end at 10 and you're like, okay, wait till 10, end it, and then like get back on at like 10.
And in general, I have to like go to bed for work in the morning, so I don't really stay on too much longer. Brad's here. Usually Brad's playing music in a box, so about 7, and then I go to bed.
But you did good. You did good.
It's past my bedtime right now. Like I go to bed at 9:20 every day. So the fact that my show's at 9 o'clock is a whole big deal because I'm like, whoo, I go to sleep.
Is that the only time that they offered you?
No, it is the only time on a Sunday that I'm available consistently. Okay. My life is way too unorganized and impulsive, kind of. Like I grew up with very impulsive parents, so they do stuff on a whim. So on Sundays is family day. So I didn't want to say 2 o'clock because so my other show was at 1, but we were in the middle of COVID. So we didn't have church fellowship or anything. We weren't having Sunday dinner. So I was on the stream team at church. So I would stream, 12:30 we're done. I'm home at 1. I'm still in my church mode. So I'm over here, doing the little devotional. We drinking mimosas and we chilling. That was perfect. But then church opened back up in person. I have not been home at 1 o'clock yet on a Sunday. So, and then we used to have the little tags. I don't know if they still do that. Do they still do those little square thingies?
What do you mean?
I probably lost mine. Remember they had the little square that said you were live now on POF?
With a little pop. I haven't seen them in a while. I think they're converting that over because they're kind of creating like a TV guide, which will include feature shows, but also people that don't have feature shows, just people that have shows.
Yeah. So I had gotten one of those little thingy things for 1 o'clock and then, be trending right there. But I haven't seen that and I haven't been on it once to even know if it's still there. So, that's the thing. And then my mom does Sunday dinner. So she says dinner is at 4, but she don't serve dinner until like.
Did you change your picture?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, not featured Finesse.
No, I changed my picture, Finesse. You can do what you need to do.
What are you about to do? You about to get into your duties?
Listen, don't come in here and call me cute. You're going to be gone.
That's too funny. I love it though. No, but you did a good job. Like keep at it. It's never like, it's a constant, you'll learn new things and do it, but it's the routine, right? So
it's definitely.
Routine, and if you're doing the same, your basics, right? Your intro, you're talking, you turn your comments, your plugs, then all of this stuff is just filler. But I definitely think you can do the dual guest thing if you incorporate the letter thing, that instead of having a middle part, you can have interview, and then you can bring your guests together and be like.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's just so far though. I think this is the first Sunday where both of y'all were like, okay. I mean, like still here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times supposed to like, I can't be here till 9:30 or I'm out, they're gone at 9:30. So that was the other reason I haven't been able to necessarily do the 2 because people haven't committed to like the whole.
When you ask people to, you just gotta let them know, like it's more the presentation where just tell them, hey, I have my show and can you stay for the whole show because I have a segment where I bring you to.
So I think when I start doing like the revisiting stuff, I think I'm gonna do them at the same time because I even wanted to like have people come and ask people questions. A lot of times there's questions in the comments, but they haven't been able to like. I'm still not good. I'm way better than I used to be because comments throw me off. I get. To a jack. I was like, what? Like, someone asked me something crazy. A troll said something. I was like, and they're like, fix your face, Sid. I was like, I still be all the way off. I have to press the little comment thing.
I like reading
my comment off and knock the whole phone over. I was like, okay, look.
I like reading my comments, even though they're nutty and insane. But I the times where I should have them off, I have them on more than not, and I see what's going on. I just don't. Yeah. So after the show, then I just call everybody out. I saw what you said when you did that. I saw what y'all said. I saw what y'all was doing. No, but it can be a lot.
I just had to get better at not getting distracted. So the last 2 shows, I said they were off, but they've been on. One time I got a text across my screen, turn your comments off, Sid. I was like, dang, stop reading your comments. And then I read it.
Know thyself, know thyself, and know that you have to turn them off. And if for your own sake, you got to turn them off.
Yep. So now my phone is on do not disturb. So that's how I know it's 10:15 to change my picture, because it says do not disturb off.
Okay.
I do not disturb on.
It's back. We back and accessible. Well, I love it. I won't keep you up anymore because I know you said you have to get to bed. Yeah. But of course, as always, man, if you need anything or help or advice,
thank you so much.
Always ask. I'm always ready to help. Thank you so much for having me. Faculty, pleasure. I appreciate you having me in the faculty lounge. Appreciate that.
I like that.
The faculty lounge. Yes. I appreciate that. I love the snacks, the bottled water. It was great. Thank you so much.
I'm here for it. Yes.
All right. Good night, love.
Liquor. Don't tell nobody. Do not tell the board of ed there's liquor in the
Ooh, that's your main people. Your board, your faculty board. Oh, we see where the hell can go. All right, I'm done.
I love Julie.